to our Jetpack Compose series. So in this module 5 we are going to explore states and effects in Compose from remember and mutable states of to remember saveable launch effects and integrating a view model. We will also explore the support important concept called state hosting pattern. So let's jump right in. Okay, so let me show you what is remember and what is mutable state of. So let me create a composable function private on counter. We need to pass the modifier here. Okay, and val count remember mutable state of 0. It should giving the shadow. Let me press alt plus enter and replace it with the mutable in state of. Okay, now let me create a button on click counter plus plus dot flow int value. Okay, text is equal to clicked time. Okay, now let me call this counter into scaffold. Let me close this function counter modifier dot padding inner padding. Okay, now let me rerun this application. So hold on, sorry. Let me go initialize this. Okay, modifier here. Okay, now okay, so remember is we use remember because we want to did not lose the values in the when the decomposition happen. Okay, so mutable state of create an observable object state object, and remember make sure the value survives decomposition of the composable. Together they are essentials for UI state management. Okay, let me rerun this application. Yeah, okay, so let me zoom in. So when I click on this button, you can see here. Okay, so like, but for example, what if your app is created and recreated like during a device rotation? So for example, let me rotate the screen. You can see here the value is reset to 0. Okay, so it will not handle the device configuration changes. Okay, so how we'll deal with it? So instead of remember keyword, we need to use RememberSaveable. Okay, bingo. Okay, so let's rerun the application. So RememberSaveable automatically save the state using a button, so your value survives configuration changes like device rotation. Okay, 16. Okay, and let me rotate the screen. You can see here for 5. Let me rotation again. You can see here the various pipe. Okay, now so like what is there are 3 types of side effects which Compose provide us. First one is launch effect, second one is side effect, and last but not least disposable effects. So let me create a new composable function. With fun greetings and string. Now a launch effect, name, print ln, name change to name. Okay. So launch effect it will perform the recomposition, okay, when the key changes. Okay, so let me like key, pass the key name. Okay. So if you want the launch effect run only once, so instead of giving it a key, you need to pass it unit. Okay, so let me call this function here. Okay, hold on, let me pass a modifier here. Modifier okay, sorry. Now let me rerun this application. Remember I have passed the unit, okay, instead of key. Okay. So it will run the application this block only once. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so now what if like we need to pass a key. So instead of unit we need to pass a key, key1 name. Okay, now go back to the greetings function. Let me do some refactoring, like compose column, okay, vertical, horizontal. Okay, you need to remove the modifier here from here. Now keyword like var text name is equal to like this, notable state of Danish. Okay, for now. Okay, so text name dot value. Okay, now we need to update the text name, so we need to create a text field. Okay, you can see here. Okay, now let's run the application again. can see here, okay, the key. Oh, hold on, let me name change. Okay, sorry, dot fill max size. Okay, let's run the application again. It should be in center. Okay, let's clear the logs. Yeah, bingo. Okay, now let's see, you can see here the key is updating again and again. Okay, so for with Danish. Okay, you can see here. Now let me show you what is side effects. Okay, so we need to create a new composable function, composable private fun logging component. Okay, modifier. So side effect, and this run after every successful decomposition. Okay, side effect, and like println login component. Okay, it's just for use for like login. Okay, purposes. Okay, if you want to check how many times your UI is decomposing, so you can use this toggle. Let's wait for a couple of seconds so that it can successfully attach the layout inspector with the application. You can see here. Okay, let me rerun the application again so that you can see composition count here. You can see here. Okay, you can see here. Okay, the composition count. Okay, so let me disable this layout inspector. Now, so side effect like is ideal for non-suspending logic that needs to sync with UI. Okay, and now launch effect is create a suspending function. Okay, you can see here. Okay, now let me create a new composable function, composable private fun live. You can see here, okay. You can see like print disposing live component, okay. You can see like on dispose, like on subscribe, okay. Subscribe from databases, or like broadcast receiver, receiver, or you can say like services is ideal when you want to, like for example, dispose the service, or you can say like kill the broadcast receiver, kill the service, or you can say like any open-ended service which you want to dispose on the composition kill, okay. Or you can say like a listener, okay, to attach with the discomposable function, okay. Now let me create a new function because I want to show like how we need to connect with the ViewModel. Maybe let's say let's create a main ViewModel. You can see here, okay. I just need to like increment counter, okay. And composable function, private fun model counter, modifier. I am creating a ViewModel object here, but you need to use the dependency injection just like Koin, or Hilt, depend on your preferences. So like I prefer to use either Koin or Hilt, okay. Now you can see here, okay, collect as states and button, increment counter, and click okay. Let me close this. Now we need to call this inside scaffold. You can see ViewModel counter, okay. Now let's run the application again. You can see here, okay. It will create same effect just like remember, okay, but we are using the ViewModel here, okay. You can see here, okay. Now last but not least, what is the stress hosting pattern, okay. So let me create a new function, add composable private fun counter with set hosting, okay. count increment. Okay, now button you can see here. Okay, now let me create a new screen, composable function, private fun counter screen. Okay, let me pass the val count is equal to remember mutable state of 0, but we need to use mutable in state of. Okay, now let me call the counter here, count is equal to count dot int value. Okay, here we can call get the count value. So either you can use the this pattern or you can use the this pattern like this on increment. Okay, now you can see here. Okay, now let me create call this function counter screen inside the scaffold. Sorry, we need to call the create a modifier object here, modifier. Okay, column modifier dot film access. Okay, now let me create rerun the application. So remember, for example, if you want to work with multiple composable functions and you want to pass the view model inside the child composable function, instead of passing a view model to child composable function, it's better to use state hosting pattern, and only your parent view model should know, only your parent composable function should know about the view model. Okay, let's see. Sorry, yeah, let me rerun the application. You can see here. Okay, now if you want to pass the state hosting pattern on this, so you can see like on increment, and instead of increment here we just need to like on increment, you are good to go. Okay, and we need to call this function here. Okay, and you can see here. Okay, now that's it for this tutorial. If you have any question or query, then let me know in the comments. See ya, bye bye.